Christy. Welcome to day 9 of my 2015 holiday card series. Today I'm using this super cute image by Lili of the Valley, which is a company based out of the UK. This is a gray rubber stamp, and I have been in love with this image for so long. I wanted to feature it in last year's Christmas series, and then I didn't get to it, so I had to feature it this year. And I know one of my viewers, Sue, was really looking forward to seeing me use it. So Sue, here you go. So I'm starting out with BG quadruple 0 and just giving him some shading along the edges, and then I'm going in with BG triple 0 and darkening that up. Even though he's white, I want him to pop, away from the background and have some shading and dimensions. So that's why I'm using those light blue-green colors there. And then I'll move on to R20 and just dab a little bit in his ears and give him a little bit of a rosy cheek. And then I'm going to go over that with the blue-green just to kind of soften it up so it's not quite so bright. And then I'm going to grab my C3 marker and I'm going to use that to color his little paw and the penguin. And I'm going to darken that with the C5. And then I'll go in with the C7 to deepen that up even further. And then I'll just blend those grays back out in reverse order. So the C5 and then the C3. And then I forgot to shade the white of the penguin's belly. So I'll just go back to my BG quadruple 0 and BG triple 0 to do that quick. For the penguin's little beak and feet, I'm grabbing YR07 and then a tiny bit of YR09 for just his beak because the feet were too small. I'll give him some rosy cheeks as well. And then I'm going to grab my R29 marker and color in his little Santa hat and the present. And I'll shade that with R59 and then just blend that back out. Those pieces are so small that they really only need 2 colors. And then I'm going to start coloring my background. So I'm taking BG72 because I wanted kind of a dark icy blue color, and I'm going to put some of that towards the bottom at the horizon. I'm kind of just flicking up a little bit there because I'm not sure how far I want to go up yet. And then I'm going to grab my BG10 and use that to blend that out. I didn't have a color that was closer to it, so it's going to take some work because these aren't anywhere near each other on the color chart, but they are in the same BG family. So it's going to take a while. You can use a tip-to-tip method if you want to, which is just picking up some of the darker color off the tip with the BG10. But for me, it's just as easy just to keep on blending that out. And I eventually switched my chisel nib to lay down a lot of color at once. And I'm just going to continue to work at it until I get the color that I want, going back and forth between the 2 colors. So to help that along even further, I'm going to go ahead and grab my BG10 refill. And I'm just dabbing a little bit of that onto a dried up baby wipe that was on my desk. And I'm going to dab that here and there just over some of the more streaky parts. Some of the streaks I like, and then some of them I wanted to get rid of, so that helped out. And then there were a couple of places where my BG72 went into the white, and my colorless blender wasn't taking it out as far as I wanted it to. So I'm just grabbing a white gel pen and coloring over that, and you'll never even see it. The pattern paper I'm using is from the Chamel Christmas Magic 6x6, and I used the Avery Elle finish frames to die cut that and my focal panel, and then a piece of white glitter cardstock from American Crafts. I used the Avery Elle pinked edge dies, and I'm just using a piece of green cardstock folded to a standard size card. I accidentally stamped the wrong side with my little label there, but that's fine. I'm just going to cover it up with this pattern paper, and only you guys will ever know. And then I'll take some Tombow Mono to adhere my focal panel to that glitter paper. That seems to work better than a dry adhesive on that kind of surface. And then I'm going to add some lawn trimmings, the red and white lawn trimmings, to my card front. I'll just wrap that around twice and then go ahead and tie that into a little bow. Adjust my loops and then trim off the excess. I'll add my focal panel to the card front with some foam tape. And then I'm going to grab this sequin pack from WOW that I bought a couple of years ago. And I don't think I'll ever run out. There's just so many in that little set. Then I'm going to take a white snowflake and I'm going to glue that over the top of my knot with some Ranger Multimedia Matte. And then I'll take some crystal stickles and I'm going to add that to the snow line there right below our bear and our penguin, just to give it some extra sparkle. And then I'll take some Christmas red stickles and use my little pick-me-up tool to add a little bit of that to my gift and the Santa hat on the penguin. And then I'll add just a little bit of that crystal stickles to the white bits of his hat. Normally I would also add a little bit of black enamel accents to the eyes, but on this image they're so small I didn't want to risk messing it up. But I will take a white gel pen and go back over that snow and just color in the centers with the white. And then I didn't want to cover up my focal panel with a big sentiment, so I just stamped this tiny little joy from Crafter's Companion, and I punched that out with a little circle punch, and I'm going to adhere it into my bow as if it were a tag. Just using some Tombow Mono and then just kind of flipping up the edges to give it some dimension without having to use foam tape. And that completes our card for today. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.